please hit that subscribe button. Hey everybody, better suited to win the Stanley Cup this season. If you are new to the channel, Washington Capitals, the Boston Bruins.
Locked on and he scored! And we're live. Hey everybody, we have some breaking news to report here as the Boston Bruins and restricted free agent left wing Jake DeBrusk have agreed to a contract avoiding salary arbitration, a 2-year bridge deal worth $3.675 million per season for DeBrusk, keeping him in Boston for at least the next couple of years. And overall, this is an interesting deal. DeBrusk has been such an inconsistent player for the Bruins, a guy that has shown flashes of greatness and being a high-level goal scorer, but has also gone through some stretches where you don't know where he is or what he's doing on the ice. So, as a Bruins fan, this is an interesting one to digest. I will say I knew it was going to be a bridge deal. You knew it was going to be a short-term bridge deal with DeBrusk, 1 or 2 years, kind of a show-me contract, because that's what DeBrusk hasn't been able to do yet, is show any sign of consistency. He had 19 goals last season, which was a down year after having 27 goals the year before. And DeBrusk is a guy that I think could be a 30-goal scorer in the NHL if his game could get any sort of consistency in it. But that's been his biggest problem, is some nights he looks like a budding superstar, and other nights he looks like he doesn't even belong on the ice. And you don't know which Jake DeBrusk you're going to get. And it's just that's the issue with him, is consistency all the way through. And that's why Boston is not willing to commit big money to him long term. And that's why he's getting a 2-year deal as opposed to a 6 or 7-year deal like Pastrnak and Marchand and those guys got from the Bruins, because he hasn't shown that he can be that high-level player consistently. So when you look at this deal, a little over $3.5 million a year. If Jake DeBrusk plays at the level that his potential and the level of player that Jake DeBrusk can be, knowing you're going to get 25 goals out of him, maybe get 30 out of him, then this is going to be a good deal, and Jake DeBrusk is probably going to get a long-term contract at the end of it. If Jake DeBrusk struggles and continues to be inconsistent and can't put solid, weeks together of playing at a high level for a long period of time, then, $3.6 million might be a little high, and he might be a guy that the Bruins will look to shop and possibly trade if he can't consistently put his game together, and might try and get a draft pick for him, or get a prospect back in return or something. Send him somewhere who maybe thinks that a change of scenery could really boost his game up and get him going. But from what I've seen from DeBrusk so far, he's a kid that I like. I mean, I've watched him his whole career, even back when he was in the AHL. I've always liked Jake DeBrusk. Just the big issue with him has been putting his game together consistently at the NHL level. It's what he hasn't been able to do. He had a really good season in 2018-19, and then he took a big step back last year and didn't have as good of a year. So I'm not surprised that it's a bridge deal. I'm not surprised it's only 2 years. I think the money is probably right around where you would expect for a guy with the upwards potential of DeBrusk, but hasn't been able to consistently reach that upwards potential. So I'm watching Jake DeBrusk closely this coming season. If he comes out and has a 25 to 30 goal season and is relatively speaking, I guess, because it's probably not going to be an 82-game season, you'd look for that kind of pace. If he can come out and be a consistent second-line goal scorer for the Boston Bruins, then I'm happy with this deal, and I think that you'd look for them to commit to him long-term when this contract is up, and him to sign a long-term extension if he has a couple of years over the next 2 seasons and starts to show that he's consistently going to be a second-line player in the NHL. He is only 24 years old. There's still plenty of time for him to really solidify himself as a top 6 guy. If he struggles this season, or over the next couple years he still has those inconsistencies in his game and isn't a guy who a guy on some nights might be a high-level top 6 goal scorer and on other nights just kind of disappears, then I think you're going to see Boston shopping him in a trade. But DeBrusk has another couple years at least under contract with the Bruins now to try and work on his game and make himself a consistent top 6 player. I'm going to be watching him very closely. I want to see the 25 to 30 goal Jake DeBrusk, not the 16, 17, 18, 19 goal Jake DeBrusk that we saw a lot of last year. I want to see him prove that he's a top 6 player in the NHL, and if he can do that over the course of this contract, then I would certainly look for Boston to sign him long term. But he's a player I'm certainly going to have my eye on this coming season and really want to see improvement and more consistency out of at the NHL level. But with that, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media. All those links are down in the description. If you'd like to further support the channel, the links to our Patreon, merchandise store, and donation link are in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon.